Hey everyone, today I'm giving you a no fluff update on my ULTY experiment, the Yield Max Ultra Option Income Strategy ETF. After watching it closely, I'm asking the tough question: should I hold this position and trust the strategy, or cut my losses and move on? If you've been curious about ULTY's performance and want to see real data and analysis before making your own decision, you're in the right place. Let's break down the numbers and find out what the next move should be. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Simply Money. Today we're going to be looking at the ULTY experiment. For those who've been following the channel, you know back in July I bought into a position about $5,000. Said let's see what happens. It was $6.40 at the time. This is adjusted for the 10-to-1 split that we had, so we're adjusted here. It would be $64, and we were able to get 78 shares. Versus what we actually got was 780 shares, but with the split, everything's adjusted. I've adjusted the chart so we can kind of keep it simple and you can just see the numbers without having to do math in your head as we're following along. So here's the big story. Let's start with the performance of the share price. The price has gone from that $64. We're hovering right around that $60 range. Again, remember that was $6 back in July, August. And we started seeing the dive into the $5 here reflected at 50-something dollars. We had the split right around $40, give or take. It went from $4 up to $40. The 6 cents went up to 62 cents. All those types of things are adjusted here. But what we're seeing is continuing decay, even after that split. And even after they made some more adjustments with what the underlying funds were, and trying to reduce a little bit of the yield they're paying out to slow down that NAV deterioration, they're still struggling. We're sitting, as of this recording, at $38 here on Christmas Eve. I think since then it's dropped slightly lower. This is being recorded on January 1st, so Happy New Year's. You'll be watching this. It's a little bit past that, but this is being recorded on New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's to you. Hope 2026 is a good year. Now, looking at this, you can see it continues to drop. We're down 39% on share price. That's horrible. But when you look at the full total return, it's not as bad, but it's still nothing to be happy about. With the total return, we're down just under 12% because we're taking these distributions, we're reinvesting. We've been able to add about 144 shares as we buy more shares with each distribution. But even with a full drip, we're still down. This fund is down 12% since July. I'm not real happy with that. Continuing to do the 100% drip to build up the share position and see what happens, see if they can get this under control. But I'm going to ask you guys right now your thoughts. And it doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my own research just like you. And I'll say this is not financial advice. This is for informational, educational purposes only. But what's your opinion for me? Leave it in the comments below. Should I dump this thing? Should I trim it a little bit? Or should I just ride the wave and see what happens? There's lots of questions I'm asking myself on the same thing. This is a position I bought into knowing very well what could happen, and I'm okay with that. This is part of what I'm doing for the channel. You can see back in August, I added to that initial position. So that brought us up, if I can look back down here, about $21,000 that we have invested in here, but we're sitting at about $19,000. Even with these $7,000 of distributions reinvested, we're down about $2,400. Again, that's 12% down total return. The other thing that is a little bit concerning, because ULTY's big push and ULTY's big selling point, so to speak, is its high distribution, that income. People that want income, maybe you invest 10 grand into this to generate some income. I know people who want to do that. They'll throw 20 grand into something like this, produce the income, and use the income to pay for, say, a new car. But if this is deteriorating, that doesn't work. That can work in a fund where you're producing income, yet you're maintaining, or at least not deteriorating, your balance as much And by the time you have your car paid off, you have that fund that's still there. And some funds have actually grown. So you've taken an asset, you've bought another asset with it, but you've continued to keep that instead of just throwing all the money on and paying it, which I'm a big proponent of for those that know the channel, being debt free, not having any debt. But that's why some people do this. And so that's why I show this to give examples of how that could work and the dangers of it and why it could be dangerous. Let's say we did that with ULTY. And so here we're saying, okay, again, I'm into about 21,000 on this. You wouldn't hopefully need this much for your car payment. So, but we're just going to use this as an example. You're producing this income. The first month we got 1,500, then we got 1,400, then we had 1,800 because we had 5 weeks in October. So you got to remember that. That's why that's up a little bit. Then we're down to just at 1,200, but look at this. Now we're down to 1,000. And we've seen about a $400 a month drop, give or take, on this. So not only is your share price going down, your income level, the yield is supposed to stay the same. If the share price comes down, if you have a 50% yield, it comes down. That means your distribution is going to be lower, but you're getting the same yield. But if that share price is coming down faster and heavier than the amount you're being given, the distribution, that NAV erosion is what will kill you. And so even the distributions being heavy can't keep up. And so you're losing value and you're still decreasing the amount that you're getting paid. And that's not what people are getting into these for. So, they still have some work to do, in my opinion. I'll be curious in watching that. But what are your thoughts on this? This is where it's at. It's down to the portfolio balance is down to about $19,251 here. Again, a 12% decrease. Are you in ULTY? Do you own ULTY? How have you done? Maybe you bought in at a better striking point than I did. Maybe, you've done more dollar cost averaging. What's your situation? Share that down below. And again, share your opinion for me, for the channel. This is the experiment. ULTY, we have some other videos. We have the original video when I bought into this, sharing what we were doing. Share with the channel. What do you think we should do? Should we ditch this, or do you want to keep seeing how this performs, or should I trim it? Your opinion matters. I will consider that. And if there's some other funds you want me to look at, always share those for us to look at, and we will do videos for you on that. Again, thank you for joining me. That's it for today. Just a quick update and whether we should dump ULTY or not. I appreciate you joining me, and we'll see you next time on Simply Money.